Well, welcome back, my friends, to another rousing rendition of Choir Boys Cutlery. Hey, 22 veterans a day in this country take their own lives. Vets, I love you. I know that number's dropping. We're going to use 22 as a focal point. We're going to say 22 till hashtag zero a day. Vets, I love you. You have a place here. Don't fight this fight alone. We back the blue over here. We support Leo. Scab, how do you do that? Well, we don't break the damn law. And finally, if you are an addict, never quit quitting. Now, this is simply a fun video. I'm using the Spartan by Clint Robeson that my guy Matt Pearson bought. I'm so excited. Matt is a woodsman's woodsman. He's a man's man, and I can't wait for this to get in his hand. Matt, please do a review with it. Do some woodscraft, some bushcraft. I cannot wait to see that. Clint did a superior job, and I want to say to Clint, thank you, man, for letting me review this knife. It is my pleasure. And here's the thing about Clint, guys. Clint said, Scab, I can take constructive criticism. That says a lot. The only thing I would say on this is edge bevels and working on edges. Outside of that, fine job, my friend. And guys, hit Clint up. This thing's worth it. It's made out of Nitro V. It's a huge knife, tracker knife. And believe me, guys, I showed you the bare limits of the knife. Now, we're going to use it some in this video, but I bought a CRKT CHOGAN. I love CRKT CHOGAN. Somebody stole my other one or I lost it, one or the other. It sounds better if I say they stole it and it's not on me. Now, the CHOGAN, I believe, is 1055 steel. And I'm going to say this. We got a camping trip coming up in 2 weeks. Next week, we're scouting the location, so I wanted to make sure that I had a good tomahawk. Now, this thing is not sharp. I've never had a CRKT tomahawk come in sharp. It's not a huge deal. It has a robust edge and a good edge, but it's not razor sharp. It will get the job done. I will sharpen it up before we go camping. This video is just kind of a skills video. It's for me to work with the CHOGAN some, me to use the Spartan some, and you guys to see it. And let me kind of let y'all know what we got going on. Well, I got back last night about 1:30, I think, from Savannah. Dude, had an awesome time. To DBAD, let me say thank you, my brother, for meeting me. Let me say this, guys, and let me just tell you this. Meeting Donnie in person, it was like I've known the man my whole life. That's my boy. I can't wait to meet up with him again. We are going to take Joe Love on the next one, probably honestly in the next few months. Don't be surprised if you see the three of us together for a weekend. I know I ain't supposed to say that, but you know what? Sometimes when stuff clicks, it just clicks. And you can tell a lot about a man by sitting down and eating dinner with him. How does he treat the wait staff? Does he tip? All of those things. And let me tell you something. Donnie B. All Day is a first-class human being. We had a blast. We walked the streets of Savannah right down the middle of the street, son. That's not an exaggeration. And we went to the house midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil. I'm hoping he shows y'all some pictures because we might have caught a little something on camera there. But we had a great time. Again, D-Bad, my brother, I love you. Now, next time, Donnie got dinner. Dinner's on me next time, my brother. And let me say this. I got this. I'd be remiss if I didn't say this. Miss Allie Carroll lives in Savannah. Miss Allie, I promise you the next time we are in Savannah, we will come visit you. I give you my word on that. We were in a hurry last night. Donnie came from Charleston. I came from Savannah. But I promise you the next time I am there, Miss Allie, we will meet. Now, I also want to send a shout out to Sixpence Pub. Not only did they put up with us, outstanding. If you are in Savannah, Sixpence Pub is the spot. Now, I know y'all tuned in for the video, and yes, you like my melodious tones, but you want to hear about the knife and the CHOGAN. All right, last thing. When I get home, I owe Rusty Knife Lover a video. And Rusty, my brother, happy birthday to you, my friend. Thank you for everything you do, not only for Choir Boys Cutlery, but for this knife community. I will have a video up for you tonight, if not early morning. I promise you that. Now. Right here, I just wanted to get in the woods, guys, and do some work. I'm at the Haunted Ass Church. So I figured before I get started, we'd do a little cutting, a little chopping. Here's a test that I really, really like, where you just hold a limb and you control the knife. This Spartan, I believe I showed y'all the balance point on the last video. All right, right there at the handle. Very, very, very well. It's balanced yet it's weight forward. You almost have to feel it to understand what I'm talking about. Again, I can't wait for Matt Pearson to hold the knife. Now, I like what Clint did as well, where he kind of made it more of a straight back, gave it more of a tactical look, gave it a more badass look. I love that. Awesome knife. And right here, we're just going to do a little work. Now, let me say this, guys. We did not cut the tree down. We just trimmed this limb out of the way. There are some walking trails out around the church. Guy on the property did ask me, he said, man, if you're going to be out there, would you just clear some of them trees? I said, yeah, dude, absolutely. So a couple of the things that we chopped had to come out of the way, but we cut very, very little down, and that was a branch off a tree. If it wasn't a hackberry, it didn't come down. And the remainder of this video, I found a couple of good solid oak logs and processed them up with the CHOGAN and the Spartan. But I wanted to show y'all this here. I always talk about the Florida briars and the vines and things like that. This knife is not only a great chopper, not only a great meat processing knife, not only a great wood processing knife. I used it to clear brush, just small brush. You can see how it rides there on my hip. Now, I'm about 5'9", 5'10", depending on what convenience store I leave that particular day. Now, bear that in mind when you see me compared to Donnie. Donnie is a big dude. I'm not small at 5'9", 280 pounds. But you see how the Spartan rides on my hip? It really, no problem. I had a little bit of a problem pulling it out, but once I got the gist of it, it was fine. And guys, listen, one of the reasons I wanted to do this video right here, one of the reasons I wanted to just chop some stuff, process some logs, show y'all some stuff, is the only way that you're going to get better at Woodcraft, the only way you're going to get better at using your equipment is to use them. Let me tell you something. If you're just starting out in this knife game and you're like, man, I like knives, but I'm not really 100% handy with them, go get you 8 or 9 inch long stick, get a dry one, and cut a limb off a tree and just practice whittling. That's the best thing you can do. Now, what I hope you see throughout this is a progression, okay, where we got better processing the wood. Now, I'll say this. I say it all the time. I am a novice at best. And when I'm talking about being a novice, guys, I mean at like Woodcraft and things like that. When it comes to using a knife for work and working in construction or working in utility locates or powder coating or what have you, I'm a little better than a novice. I've done it my whole life. But when it comes to this kind of stuff, I'll be the first to tell y'all. Or when it comes to breaking down a knife. But my goal is to get better and to be one of the best guys on YouTube to come to for information. How do you do that? Do you do that but just chopping stuff up, Scab? No. Y'all know better than that. But that's why I'm going to stay on the phone with Bill Harsey. That's why I'm going to stay on the phone and talk to the DBADs. That's why this spring I'm going to take a trip up and see DJ Horn, much to his chagrin. But we're going to spend a whole day. I already talked to DJ about it. We're going to spend a whole day breaking down knives, sharpening knives, learning the ins and outs of knives. I want to get better. That's why we're doing this video. Now, let me say this. I said up front that the CHOGAN wasn't razor sharp. It's not. And a tomahawk really shouldn't be. It should have a good, robust edge for chopping, okay? Now, I always thought I'd be fine with one of these tomahawks. The one piece of kit I do not have is a high-end tomahawk. And I would have been fine with that until one day, Lefty, Kevin, was like, hey, Scab, you want to review this tomahawk by Ryan Pearson? It's a custom. That's me imitating Kevin. I said, sure, man. He said, well, you're so good at it, you might as well. I held that tomahawk by Ryan Pearson, and I'm going to tell you something. Y'all can look up the review, look up Choir Boys Cutlery, Ryan Pearson Custom Hawk. From that day to this, now, and I'm going to get with Ryan. Swapping jobs, doing all that, I'm going to get with Ryan, I'm going to get with Clint, and I'm going to get some custom stuff. Okay. In the meantime, this CHOGAN, Ryan Johnson is actually the designer of this from RMJ Tactical. One of the reasons I do like the CHOGAN is the hammer pole, and I'm sure my guy Ryan will gladly make one with a hammer pole. I'll have to ask him, I don't know. But here's the deal. The reason I like the CHOGAN, and they make a tactical CHOGAN that's very good as well, but the reason that I like this, I can sharpen up that edge. I can't, with it being friction fit, if I had to, I can pull that head off of there. I can get a longer handle, fabricate a longer handle if I really need to bring some thump to it, or I can use it for a knife. Now, would I ever use it for a one tool option? No. I carry 3 and 4 knives on me. Y'all know better than that. But in a pinch, you do what you have to do. Now, right here, this is about a 3.5 inch diameter dried out oak limb. And the reason, and I want y'all to understand something, I'm chopping it this way. I'm chopping it to a point for a reason. I just wanted to let the knife work, show y'all the knife working. Now, I hit it on every part of that edge, and I did that on purpose. I found the sweet spot, yes, but every part of the edge on this Spartan is sharp, okay? And it had no problem with this limb. And now, again, we're holding the limb. Yes, I'm propping it. No, I don't always like doing that. However, in nature, in that kind of outdoor situation, you will have some kind of stump that you can prop it on. And I like having that stump there as a little bit of protection. If the knife slips or something, it'll hit the stump before it hits me. So I am trying to learn. I am trying to get better. That being said, guys, we've got right at a minute left. And I want to say again to DBAD, brother, I love you. Thank you. I had a great time. Cannot wait to do it again. Safe travels. This video will probably be up, honestly, before you get home. So safe travels to you, my friend. Rusty Knife Lover, happy birthday. When I get home and I do Rusty's video, and I'm going to ask y'all to bear with me this weekend, you're going to see a little bit more of old Scab. Guys, do me a favor. If you're not subscribed, hit subscribe for me. Please like the video and share the video. We want to grow, we want to get our message out, and we want to help people. When I say we, I mean me. Now, my guy Mikey, whom I love, says it best. He's like, Scab, never give up, never surrender, and everything will be okay. And Mikey, let me give you my word, my friend. I promise you, I'll never surrender. I'm Scab. Thank you, Clint. Thank you, CRKT. You're not, and I'm gone, son. Now I'm gone, son.